Throughout most of my life, I struggled with managing my finances. I earned money only to spend it recklessly. This financial instability was a common issue, as almost 8 out of 10 Americans live paycheck to paycheck. After completing my 4-year degree in mass communications, I was burdened with a massive student loan debt of $97,000. Despite this, I still purchased a brand new car, which is a clear indication of my poor financial decisions. I was unable to confront my personal finances due to an underlying problem that I couldn't comprehend. I was in such deep debt that it seemed impossible to recover from it. However, this did not prevent me from spending. I added a new TV, computer, and even a leather jacket to my list of expenses. Although the leather jacket was pretty cool, my spending habits were out of control. After graduating, I realized that I needed to take responsibility for my actions and make some significant changes. It was a daunting task, but I managed to pay off all my student loans and car payment within 4 years. This is what I want to discuss today: the challenges associated with money and how minimalism aided me in overcoming them. The fundamental principle of personal finance is to spend less money than you earn. But this is easier said than done. Despite the amount of money we earn, it seems to slip through our fingers. Our bank accounts never seem to have enough money. One of the reasons for this is that money is considered taboo, and we are often hesitant to discuss it with others. We need to overcome this mindset and have honest conversations about money. We must remove our egos and be open to learning. One of the most effective ways to learn about personal finance is by reading books. I highly recommend Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and Tony Robbins' Unshakable. These books provide trusted advice that has worked for many people. We must avoid the trap of lifestyle creep. Whenever we receive a pay raise or land a big project, our first instinct is to upgrade our lifestyle. We may want to move to a better apartment or purchase a more expensive car. However, this is a slippery slope that can lead to financial instability. Instead, we should focus on living within our means and saving money for the future. Therefore, we are essentially acknowledging this victory by doing so. Nevertheless, if we were to exercise more prudence in our expenses, if we were to control our way of life and not augment it, we would be able to live a far more comfortable life and have greater assurance as our earnings grow over the next 510 years. To be frank, we make numerous purchases and rationalize them in various cunning ways. Personally, I enjoy shopping. Is there anything amiss with that? Not all promotion is negative, but much of it is intended to make us feel entitled to luxury. You've put in so much effort. You deserve this purse, these sneakers, or this wristwatch. However, the reality is that you deserve to be free of debt. You deserve to not live from paycheck to paycheck. Social media places pressure on us. Keeping up with the Joneses or the Kardashians is a genuine issue. And if we're not careful about what we see on our news feeds and social media feeds, it can be very tempting to want to keep up with everyone else. Otherwise, we'll have a fear of missing out. But here's the catch. Wealthy individuals are wealthy because they make wise choices with their money. They don't go out and lease a brand new BMW. They don't rent an apartment that they can't afford. The last pressure we face is the pressure from ourselves. There's this idea called the myth of I don't have. It's something we say to ourselves to justify buying that item. As a filmmaker, you might say, I really want to make that film or video, but I don't have this lens or camera, so I can't do it, or I can't go out for that run or jog. I can't begin my new workout routine because I don't have that pair of sneakers. But the only thing it's doing is delaying us from pursuing our goals and aspirations. It's convincing us that buying that extra item will fix everything, which it won't. You need to make sacrifices. When I graduated college, within 3 months, I chose to move back in with my parents. I resided in their basement for 2 years. I didn't date much, didn't spend much, I didn't go out much because I knew that I had to make some sacrifices to get to a point where I could start taking risks. You have to be completely confident about why you're doing this in the first place. Why do you want to be free of debt? Why do you want to have financial freedom? When we truly comprehend why we don't want to live from paycheck to paycheck, why we want to be debt-free, everything else becomes a little easier. When we consider having security and safety, being able to take care of our family and friends if they run into trouble, the significance of this cannot be overstated. It allows you to take greater risks, test your limits, and step outside your comfort zone in ways that would otherwise be impossible. For me personally, being free of debt has been instrumental in getting to where I am today. Acknowledging my problem and taking that first step set off a chain reaction that enabled me to make some pretty bold and daring decisions, such as relocating across the country and starting a new business from scratch. These are not simple choices, and when you're in debt, they become even more challenging and less likely to succeed. The solution is simple: spend less than you earn. However, as we all know, there's a lot of pressure to do the opposite. If you can withstand these pressures, cultivate a healthy relationship with money, and establish positive habits that stick, you'll be on your way to financial freedom. Thank you for tuning in. What techniques, suggestions, resources, and books have aided you in your personal finance journey?